at this point, I'm sure you all know Lana the nail lady in Dress to Impress. Who does our nails, who works every game to make us look as slay as possible, is seemingly kidnapped every single update, and also has some pretty dark secrets. But a lot of Dress to Impress players don't know the entire Lana lore. Like how she wasn't always the nail lady, and how she might actually be the evil one. Well, today we're going all the way back to the start of the Lana lore, to give you guys a refresh of Lana's true origins. So guys, sit back, grab some popcorn, and let's go over the history of the Lana lore. So as you all know, before the Lana lore was even introduced, the nail lady was in Dress to Impress since the start. As you guys can see, I'm back in OG Dress to Impress right now. This is the original version, you guys. Everything you can see here is the most original Dress to Impress items you can find. Like, bro. And we still have some of these in-game currently. But as you guys can see, the nail lady is here. But there's a bit of a twist. Because guys, this isn't Lana. Before Lana was even introduced, the nail lady was just called the nail lady. And she even looked kind of different. Like, guys, look. I sadly can't use free cam in this game mode, but if I zoom in, you can see that her top actually had a zip, and her makeup and face was completely different. However, ever since the start, she's always had this iconic skirt and these iconic white heels. If I can zoom into them, oh my goodness. But also, guys, is it just me, or is her hair color even a bit different? Whereas Lana the nail lady now has kind of a darker, more chestnut brown. And also her hair looks super different in the current game. Guys, comment on brown heart if you notice that difference too, or if I'm just being delusional, because I don't know, I feel like that's a difference as well. So yeah, you guys, as we can see, Lana the nail lady just started off as a simple woman just doing nails, until everything changed in the next update. Firstly though, before we get to that dark part of the lore, Lana's salon actually got a bit of a rework. As you guys can see, we're in the first ever Valentine's update in Dress to Impress, and Lana's salon has now become a bit bigger. Her desk moved. As you guys can see, the hair chairs are still here, and we have the makeup chairs just next door. But here she is, still tirelessly working on nails. Nothing has changed yet. She still doesn't have a name, and she still looks the exact same with her same hair and her same face. But this was before things got really weird in the Lana salon update. As you guys can see in this update, Lana's salon got upgraded even more, and it actually looks almost identical to her salon that we have now in game. It actually has changed a few times since in Dress to Impress, but it seems like DTI has now gone back to this original salon kind of shape and vibe. However, this was the first update where we saw some significant Lana lore, and when things started getting really creepy. Before I show you guys though, if you guys were around during this update, make sure to like the video to prove that you're an OG, because I remember this like it was yesterday, but it was almost 2 years ago. As you guys can see, Lana is right here at her new desk, but something is off. She still has the same face, however, she's sitting in a really weird way. Actually, let me see if I can recreate this pose real quick. She's sitting like with her legs up. Oh my goodness, I actually look insane doing this. How is this comfortable? How is this comfortable for her? Anyway, she was just having too much fun in the nail salon. I don't know what she was doing, but she just did not give a flip. But something that players did notice is the fact that she wasn't wearing a skirt anymore. She was now wearing these white jeans with this K belt. As well as that, on the board behind her, these weird pictures started showing up of what seems to be Lana when she was a child. As you guys can see, I still can't use free cam, but there's Lana up here at her birthday party, and then Lana in a hospital with no hair, bald-headed, and then Lana down here at the bottom, just serving face. I don't really know what this one is showing, but guys, let me know if you have a clue. And as well as that, next to these pictures, there were these missing posters with different Dress to Impress devs on them, like Moto Princess, Submissy, and Diarban, who were all Dress to Impress devs that apparently got kidnapped or were just missing. And guys, that wasn't it, because if we go over here to the drawers, we can see this notebook on top of them with a whole diary entry in it. Now, this diary entry read, "Dear diary, that isn't me. They replaced the real me with some doppelganger. That girl sitting at my new desk is not me. I don't know who that is. I don't want to, but that's not me. I'm Lana, she's not, but she's pretending to be me. I don't know where I am. Moto Princess is holding me somewhere, so I can't escape. Please help me. I'm so scared, and I hope that that thing sitting at my salon chair doesn't harm my image. But I think she's the reason why all these players are going missing." And then next to it was this text that said, "Find me. User ID 575-958-5 5595. And that wasn't the only place that this user ID was put. Because as well as that, if we go over to these shelves over here, you can see that it's actually up here as well. Find me user ID, and then it's the same number. And as well as that, something that I only just noticed while filming this video, which is a completely new secret that I feel like a lot of people missed, is the fact that there is actually also a poster in here in the drawers that has the exact same text on it saying find me user ID and then the same number on it again. This one is even more hidden though, and I swear when the update actually came out, I did not catch this. I did not see this in the drawers. I don't know if that's a new addition, but guys, let me know if you knew about this and if I'm just completely blind. You'll also see that there's also this dress next to Lana's desk right here, which is one that's completely ripped up and has a ton of like stitches and pins in it, which is actually from the first ever Lana quest. The same one, which was made by this profile here at Lana Does Nails. The same profile that user ID on every single poster in the game was leading to. As you guys can see, Lana Does Nails has this whole description here saying, have you ever wondered what it's like to play a facade? Perhaps you know, but perhaps you don't. The countless metaphors, the puzzles, the vague nature of everything, yet all amount to nothing. I'm done with putting on a mask and done with trying to desperately reassemble the crackling, embellished vase. Connect the dots. And then there's an eye emoji at the bottom, as well as a link to a YouTube channel. And guys, if we go over to this YouTube channel, this is where the Lana lore started to get extremely creepy. If you guys remember this secret lore channel, make sure to comment a red heart down below, because I'm so curious if you guys are OG enough to know it. But this was the original channel that kind of set off the whole Lana lore. And as you guys can see, this was their first video here, Awakening MP4. And it was just this super creepy video of the new salon and the missing posters. And then it showed this super weird kind of like curse scene and this image at the end that said, how dare you, Lana, spread our plans, with this extremely cursed kind of picture of Lana. And guys, these videos only got more and more concerning. For example, the second video here, the rules.mp4, is so scary, especially if you turn on subtitles. As you guys can see, the subtitles literally say, I told everyone what I did is not a sin. They had to know, and you can punish me all you want. I will deal with the consequences. I do not care. You don't scare me. Best regards, Dr. Ben. And guys, Dr. Ben is one of the Dress to Impress devs. And if you guys listen really close to this video, you can hear that it's actually communicating in Morse code. So these subtitles are actually what the Morse code is saying in the video, which is crazy. There's also this red text at the bottom of the video that reads, hello, Lana. This is where you will be working. There are just 3 rules. Don't tell them what we did to you. Don't tell them our plans. And lastly, don't try to escape. You know why you're doing this, and you know what will happen if you don't comply. Best regards, Dr. Ben again, which is just so freaking creepy. It sounds like Lana was literally trapped in the salon to do our nails forever with no break, no pay, no nothing. We're not going to be able to go through every single one of these videos, but I really encourage you guys to check out this YouTube channel because it's so creepy. And this is a Lana lore I loved. It literally just made me so interested in what was the story behind Lana the Nail Lady, and I just love the whole creepy aspect of it. It was so cool. As well as having a link to that YouTube channel though, this Roblox profile also had different games attached to it. Forest, Questionnaire, Sanningens Gallery, and there was another game as well called Fortress. But sadly, that game has now been removed, which I'm so sad about, because that was literally the best one that this profile made. However, if we have a quick look at Forest, as you guys can see, the Lana lore was so popular because this game has 15.1 million visits, and when we join, we get teleported to this super creepy forest. As you guys can see, there seems to be like a floating version of Lana over here, as well as these kind of weird trees. Bro, I swear this game is so much creepier than I remember. What the frick? This was actually the game where you could also get the secret Lana dress that was added into the salon, and the way to get it was to go over here, I think, to the maze. So this was the first ever maze the Dress to Impress made. Sadly, it was not the last, because as we all know, Dress to Impress loves its mazes, okay? They love their mazes. But as you guys can see, there was just so much random symbolism in this game. For example, this icon here, which just showed up so many times in the Lana lore, including in the main kind of Lana lore game, Fortress, that's now been sadly deleted. And I think it's supposed to kind of represent this kind of portal that Agamemnon made. There's also this text I found over here. This says she now works in the nail salon to get by, but she's feeling unmotivated and tired. So this game was kind of explaining how Lana feels about working at the nail salon and what she actually thinks about like working working in DTI. There was also this super creepy text over here. While I wish I was sorry, I'm really not. And those creepy sounds that you hear in the map are actually from the Lana doppelgangers. Because if you guys didn't know, this was the game where we had a ton of Lana doppelgangers introduced, but actually tried to kill you if you got close to them. And here we can see the elevator door that we saw in the YouTube video, where there's a ton of knocking coming from it, which is so concerning. And some more text on the side over here. They took Lana and made it. Oh my gosh! There's a Lana doppelganger, you guys. There she is. And she is not coming to play. Get away from me. Please get away from me. You guys, they are vicious. They are vicious. Girl, aim for someone else. Aim for someone else. Please, aim for Fan. I'm sorry. Fan, you have fun with her. I'm sorry. I had to pass her on to someone else. But yeah, you guys, these Lana doppelgangers were all over the map trying to stop us from finding the truth about the real Lana. And the fact that the Lana in-game with the pants was actually not her. It was a doppelganger that replaced her. I could literally play this game for hours, you guys. It's so big, and there's so many different points of lore in it. But I'm literally about to be jumped by one of the doppelgangers. Yep, there we go. I got jumped. Another one of the games that was introduced throughout the Lana lore was Questionnaire. But as you guys can see, it's been made unavailable, which is so frustrating. And the reason why is because of Roblox's new age ratings, which is so freaking frustrating. It's unavailable because I'm guessing this account hasn't been used in a while, so they forgot to actually rate the game, which means it was made unavailable, which is just so annoying. However, the last public game, Sanningens Gallery, is still available for us to play, and this one is one of the creepiest ones out of all of them. As we can see at the start, it says gallery rules. When the clock stops ticking, please exit the gallery. Know why you are here. When all the paintings are the same and indifferent from each other, you are far too deep. Walk. Everything you see here is the truth. Don't go too far into the hallway. There's an end. However, you won't reach it. Stride alone with no others. Do not disturb the viewers. Thank you for your compliance, Lana and Sanningens Gallery. This game was just a compilation of these super creepy photos. For example, the first one here of Lana sitting at her desk and this weird monster behind her, which we all found out to be Lana's doppelganger that took shape as her with the flipping pants, but its original form looks like this, which is just horrifying. Just horrifying. There's also a ton of other photos of just Lana serving face, and this other one here of the doppelganger behind her too. There's this one of Lana, but with one of her eyes seemingly blurred out or even removed, which is just terrifying. And this one here of these graves with Sadie and Jayla. I am the real Lana. I don't know where I am. What the flip? This picture here was also so scary when I first saw it. It's Lana's salon, but completely overgrown with vines, and with Lana completely gone from her chair. It's like it's abandoned. And the more you walk, the more cryptic the pictures become. For example, there's this one here of what seems to be a lab, which I'm guessing is where the doppelganger was maybe first created or made. And in the Fortress game, you could actually see a glimpse of this lab, which is why I'm so annoyed that it got removed, because I wish we could visit it again and I could show you guys. And as you guys can see, as we get deeper and deeper, these images just get more and more scary, and we see more and more images of just Lana. However, there's this text that pops up too that says don't go too far. And also there's now some descriptions next to the pictures that say Lana, the one who tells the truth, the one you should trust. But then there's some cursed ones of Lana as well, like the ones we saw in the YouTube video. These mannequins are so creepy, guys, because whenever I see them, I think they're actually a proper person. And here's another picture of Lana that says the real one, the one that isn't in the chair. These are just so freaking creepy, bruh. And another identical picture of her, but this one is called Vessel, and you'll meet her soon. So I'm guessing this is the doppelganger Lana. As we go deeper and deeper, you guys, the images just disappear. And then, oh my gosh! Oh my goodness. Well, yeah, there's the entity, you guys. There's the freaking doppelganger. You've been kicked by this experience. Moderation message, don't go too far deep. Bruh! Okay, fine, I won't. So yeah, all of these games were the proper start of the Lana lore, and I literally have such a love for them. I feel like they really made the community kind of think about what could have happened with Lana, and it just made the whole story so much more fun. And it was also completely shrouded in mystery until the Dress to Impress Halloween update. Now guys, if you don't know, this remains Dress to Impress's biggest update in its entire history. It pulled in, I think, 1.8 million players, which is insane. And it was also the introduction of the iconic Halloween quest. But something very significant also changed in-game during this update, which was the fact that Lana got completely replaced. by none other than Lana. You guys, Lana completely took Lana's spot in the salon, and that was it. She was just gone without a trace. And at this point, we actually didn't know much about Lana at all. We just gotten a few kind of sneak peeks of her, but this was the first time that we properly saw her in game. And you guys, I hate to say it, Lana was a diva. Lana was a diva. She was a baddie, and maybe even more of a baddie than Lana, but you guys, she was sick and twisted. Because guys, this was also the introduction of the Lana lore quest, which was the first ever of its kind. Before we cover that though, I just need to give you guys a tiny bit more context, because even in the Dress to Impress summer update, the one right before the Halloween update, Dress to Impress was already teasing this idea of Lana doppelgangers. Because in the lobby, if you looked outside the window, you could actually see all of these different doppelgangers of Lana standing behind the trees in the lobby. And then if you jumped up into the logo right here, you could actually see it, this symbol that we saw in the Lana quest a few seconds ago, which was the same one in the Fortress game that's now been removed, sadly. That was this portal that Agamemnon created, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, these Lanas were literally everywhere. You could even see her over here near the flipping lighthouse, and just being so creepy outside the dressing room. Guys, this was so scary when it was added. And even in the summer dressing room, there was different Lanas outside. For example, this one behind this tree here, which showed the Dress to Impress were definitely planning on doing something with Lana soon. And all those answers were revealed in the Halloween quest. Now, sadly, you guys, I actually don't have access to the quest. It just doesn't teleport me to it, but I do have access to YouTube. So thank you so much, Kristen Mary, for making this walkthrough video. You're the savior. As you guys can see, the quest had 3 different chapters, which was insane. There was literally so much effort put into it. And chapter 1 started off in the forest where we had to try and find Lana's childhood home. After finally finding Lana's childhood home, we found out that Lana actually took a poisoned apple from Agamemnon in this cutscene here. Soon in due time, my is his. Am I even me anymore? I took it. It's too late now. Now I'm leaving my home and my parents for who knows how long. I wonder if I'll ever be free again. He poisoned me, and I'm no longer well. I'm too drained to even pack the few essential items I do own. I wish someone could help me retrieve them. I still need to pack my teddy bear, camera, journal, nail file, Greek Tales book, and palette. Could you help me find them and bring them back to me, please? Just be careful. If they find you, they'll hurt you. Good luck. And guys, what she meant by be careful is the fact that her parents had transformed into these weird morphed monsters in the house, which was literally terrifying the first time I played it. You can see in my quest video playing it with Haley, Izzy, and Tech that I literally screamed when I got jump scared by them. But after finding every single one of Lana's items, we actually got transported into the hospital, which was chapter 2 of the quest. And this was where the lore got really intense. Because of the curse that Agamemnon's apple put on Lana, she was taken to this hospital where she was looked after by Nurse Julie, who took care of her. And it's actually a theory that they may have been in a romantic relationship in the hospital. In the hospital, Lana also made friends with 2 other patients, Lena and Serena, who are also crucial parts of the lore. Lena obviously replacing Lana in the hospital, and Serena being seen in some other Lana quests and lore that we've seen in the past. In the quest, we actually have this cutscene here of Serena talking with Lana, where she explains she's the newly hired clothing designer, and explains that Lana's soul will be completely gone if we don't save her soon. We then got teleported into the boss fight, and we saw Lena for the first time, as well as Lana's doppelganger, where she explains that she's not the real Lana. This cutscene is forever iconic though. I love the way that Lena says, "Shut up." Like, are you kidding? She's a diva. I don't care. I don't care. But eventually, we beat Lena and Agamemnon in the quest. And we finally managed to save Lana, you guys. We finally managed to save her. She was so happy that we saved her, you guys. She was so grateful. And she finally took a vacation from being the nail lady, because we already know she was working day in and day out at that dang salon. Here she is, just chilling on the beach, happily ever after. And that's the main story of the Lana lore. Now, guys, there is so much more to Lana's story. I could literally do an hour-long video on this. There's a ton of stuff that I missed, and there's a ton of stuff that I can go into more detail about, as well as the new quest where she got kidnapped again by Agamemnon, and where we saw Lena again. But this video kind of covered the main gist of it. Let me know if you guys want me to do a more in-depth video about all of the games on Lana's Roblox profile, and to see if I can get access to the deleted Fortress game, which has so many concerning secrets in it. The real question is, do you guys want the Lana lore to become creepy again? And do you guys prefer Lana or Lena?